lost a few wages. Still coming rampant, misbehavior, flavors. Still coming anti-up, rebelling with my ravers. Still don't give a about who be the latest. Can't be locked up in them cages. Start living up to what the f you think your day is.
But hey, what about it?
So I stepped on stage to be like, see the crowd going ahead to be like. So I stepped on stage to be like, ooh, yeah. See the crowd going ahead to be like, ooh, yeah.
Can I talk my...
Come on.
That other side.
The Oakley way.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Washington Commanders. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Now this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Samuel going to go in motion right. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as they'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Dotson in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Two yards to go, 2nd down. This time they'll throw it with Howell. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Patterson back out there to send this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20, DeAndre Swift. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's Howell. Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
First down 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
The slot man in motion right.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
But we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's a tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Howell to the air on 1st and 10. And this is going to be incomplete. Antonio Gibson, the intended target, but it'll be second down. You look at this Eagle defense. They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
Second down throw for Howell. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And now Metcalf going to get a chance to run. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. DK Metcalf. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And to me, the key to a wide receiver run like that is getting around the first edge guy. It's often like a punt returner. Make that first guy miss, because if you can do that successfully and get upfield, we know good things can happen. He's able to take that one into the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
At their own 11-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Third and 4. Gibson again. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After 1, 17-7 the score on EA Sports. They work now on 2nd and 9. Throwing here, Howell. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Eagles are going to take over here up near the 40. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first. That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it. Not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple option quarterback in college, because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to heard that one before he ran into. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Yeah, lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Swift going to try up the middle. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
1st down, and they go with Swift again. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Once again, it's Swift. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
2nd down and 4. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And with that run, he's already at 100 yards here before halftime. So if he sees the same kind of action in the second half, he could be on his way to a career game.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Here's Swift. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Gainwell is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
They're on 15-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 59 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Let's go.
Gets this out quickly to Dodson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 Eagles.
Gibson here running out of the gun. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
At the 24-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. 2nd down, Howell now. Open man is Samuel, complete. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
This now a 3rd and 4. A give up the middle to Gibson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
A 4-yard gain brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
Howell. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Commanders get a late score here, the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They go play action with Hurts. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Eagles send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
17.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. Hurts sets up to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Back to the running game with Swift. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 7. From the gun, here's Swift. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 129 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Metcalf motions left. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds and kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Now Howell.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It got his man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
DK Metcalf.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Eagles add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
And he's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. But if you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes. And I think that's what we just saw there.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And quickly, they get to the line.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
13 yards there and a Washington first.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Howell throwing on 1st down here. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
All all defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
A handoff for Gibson. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last two plays, both losses.
Taken down back at the 34-yard line.
Howell from the gun. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will be taken down, but it's a big play and a conversion for Washington on fourth down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Gibson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Here's Howell to throw on second down. That's Samuel, caught left side. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Howell, he'll look to throw it. Got a man, it's Rodriguez. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
60 Bobcat! Hurt! Go!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. There he goes left side. And the Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
For Washington on third down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, Silver.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Dre.
Here's a handoff to Swift. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Let's go.
Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, You might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DK Metcalf. His third touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Eagles are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, they're deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown. Jahan Dotson, 74 yards. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now down to 20.
Eagles 44, Commanders 24.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Well, the Commanders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Philadelphia, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew.